Welcome back. Another episode. I'm Michael,
I'm Matt.
and this is the Stevens Playbook. What do you want to talk about today?
There's probably the most important thing is what we've been doing to move the needle forward. Because at the end of the day, that's really what we're trying to do is our goal. Our goal is in a year and 10 months, a year and 11 months, we'd like to have $10 million. That is the absolute goal. And the process of doing that is to develop as many skills as possible to move that needle in that direction and also find something that makes it like the whole process of doing it is the same thing as like doing a bodybuilding show. It's not the end result is what we're looking for. It's just building up ourselves as fast as possible to make that happen. And so really that's all this podcast is all about is developing skills to become the best version of ourselves as possible. And so that's probably where we should start is what's going to move the needle forward more and more each time.
Yeah, I mean that's a lofty goal, um, but I think those are necessary for sure. That's kind of the way that I've done
Didn't Russ say?
everything.
Didn't Russ say be delusional?
Be delusional. Yeah, he did. He said he had three topics. Beginning, what was it? Delusion,
Confidence.
confidence, and was it patience? That doesn't make sense. Delusion, confidence. I don't know. It's a quick answer. But the point is,
Oh, literally, he does have three.
delusion, persistence, gratitude.
Okay.
So confidence.
Persistence and gratitude. Yeah, those are good to have too.
Yeah, those are the nice things. You can be delusional, but if you're not delusional and you don't have, or if you don't have the persistence to be delusional over that long period,
Mm.
then it's gonna suck for you. And then gratitude. Take your wins. Take your wins.
Yeah. So you already know our goal. We we want to hit $10 million.
Yeah, that's the way you got to do it. If you got something that you want to do, don't set tiny goals because you can get tiny results. Set big goals, get big results. And that's all there is to it.
Yep.
I was listening to Alex Hormozy today or the other day or whenever it was. My days have kind of meshed together into one. It feels like,
Yeah.
but he said Rush is imaginary, which kind of sounds like it contradicts what we were just saying. But I think in terms of what he was saying is as far as like business owners jumping into the rush, um, what he says is just need to get better, and by getting better, customers will demand that you get bigger. So I think what he's talking about is expanding too fast, not talking about setting aggressive goals. But
Yeah.
that was just something I listened to, and I wrote that down. And then when we were talking about it, I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, there's a lot of information everywhere out there.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole point of what we're trying to do is, you know, the bigger you dream, the more you get there, the faster you get there. If we were to, when you prepare for a marathon run, there's two ways to do it. You can either prepare for the marathon run or you can do extra miles, and that way when the race actually comes, you have a nice easy pace versus struggling just to complete it. It's one way to look at it. Tomorrow, before we film the next one, I know we're gonna sit down and talk about networking next. So there's this app called Meetup, and what we'd like to do is set up meetups. And meetups, just for those that don't know, Meetup is just is just Snap out there where people of like-minded interests can get together. So there's a meetup for any type of thing you can really think of, like board game night to um, grandma's cooking. Like, everything you could possibly think of to wine taste, anything. And so we decided to create a meetup about entrepreneurship and finding people that have like-minded interest is I think that's one of the more important things to focus on is having people surround yourself with people that are either better than you or going in the same direction as you. And so,
There's a lot of quotes and talks about, you are who you hang around with, you are what you eat, you are
yeah,
the
you
combination
become the
of your.
average of the five people you
That's
hang out with.
what I was
Yep.
gonna say next. Yeah, you are the average of the five people you hang out with. So that's where the direction that'll go in. I've never used Meetup as far as actually going to an event or anything, but I've opened the app before, and I can see the usefulness of it.
So
But I'm interested to give it a try.
I've been fortunate in my life to have traveled to many different countries, and I've lived across overseas a lot of those years. And Meetup was one thing I used to like network with people over there because when you move overseas for a little bit, you kind of just don't know anybody, and you don't know really what to do. But Meetup is a great way to just kind of find people that have like similar interests as you. We're not sponsored by them or anything. We're just I like Meetup.
I'll give my opinion on it after I've been doing an event or two.
Yeah.
But I can see the usefulness of it, like we were saying. You're the combination of the five most people that you hang around with, and if the people that are around you aren't people that are going to push you in a direction that you want to go, you might want to find a new group of people,
Hmm.
whatever avenue that might take. If you're in university or something, there's different ways to go about it. If you're in um, subgroups, big groups like military or large companies that have ways that they gather people, whatever it is that you got to do. As far as entrepreneurship, it's a special breed of people, different type of mindset that goes into it, and they're not kind of everywhere that you look. So, however you got to do that, if that's reaching out through Instagram, knowing somebody lives in the same state as you know, whatever route that looks like.
And as we work towards like building our own businesses up, like my brother and I both know that it requires a lot of time and it'll take a lot of dedication. And it's literally like working a second job, or in my case, a full-time job. More hours than if I just went and did 9 to 5. And so we're both well aware of that. And, being able to find other people that have gone through pitfalls, because I mean, you can find advice everywhere, but to actually see a person in person, does that make sense?
A person in
A
person.
a person in person, yeah, and get their 2 cents uh, can offer a new perspective, and it might stick a little bit easier. Finding mentors, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Like finding good mentors that you can actually talk to and have a live conversation is kind of important. I feel like,
Yeah. Well, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's definitely a second job on top of what I'm doing. I get home tired and go part two. Run it back.
yeah, yeah. I guess as far as playbook, podcasts go, that's part of the playbook is networking next. Trying to figure that out. We got our systems in place. Uh, we got our systems in place. We kind of have like an overall strategy of what we're trying to do right now. And the next thing to do is implement it and network on top of it.
Get those sets and reps in. Allow time to grow bigger and larger, and use that time to just get better, improve product, improve skill sets, improve processes, so that once we do scale, we've got the foundation to make it work and not just fizzle out.
Yep.
But that's it for me.
Yeah, we kind of said we kind of already spoke what we wanted and gave it to the stars, the cosmos, the energy of whatever you want to call it. Like we said what we wanted, and we will work towards it. Law of attraction, pretty much.
So there.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
Until next time.